Hello, Cookie, Diane, Linda. Boy, it is nasty here. Cold and rain. Hey, Steve, how you doing? I just got tired of listening to it rain. Thought I'd pop up here for a few minutes. I would very gladly do that. Well, that's unusual. Not any of y'all up there where they getting that heavy snow, are they? Well, someplace up there got 77 inches of snow last night. You could sleep for the last 4 or 5 days, Cookie. We're about 40 right now. That's Buffalo I was thinking about. Uh-oh. That's not good, Linda. Hello, Miss Bill. Ooh, I'm getting down there. Yeah, I think his duck's got the right idea. Getting on, pointed south and fly till it warms up. Hey, love, how you doing, girl? Haven't seen you in a few days. Yeah, no, you're a long way from first love. 'Cause I was about to melt and freeze to death. Sweet as I am, I can't stand all that rain. I might melt. If you believe that, I'll sell you that oceanfront property in Arizona. Oh, T devil. It's been a long time since I had a pile of snowplow down the highway. No, there ain't nothing normal about me, She-Devil. I just got tired of messing around here and figured I'd aggravate y'all for a little bit. And Rocky going crazy. He's been hemmed up in the trailer all day. Hey, you cruising? Oh, I'm doing fine, yeah. Yeah, them scoops are hard to come by, aren't they, Steve? Well, when I figure out when I'm going to be on, I'll let you know. The only thing that's pretty solid is that one at night. Hell, I can get him a plastic bottle again. Hello, Fairy Duck. Rocky's smart about that. He'll out the door and right up under the trailer. It's raining. Boy, he is wound up. Steve, when I first time I got up there in Indiana, I never had seen a damn snow shovel. I didn't know what the hell they were talking about. All right. This is just a pop up, Michelle. I'm still on 11:30 at night. Yeah, I was about 20, 30 miles from a Great Lake. Got all that lake effect over there. Cookie, is that where they invented the po' boy? Every place you walk in to eat, that's the main thing on the menu. Isn't that where they made all the hot sauce for a long time? Iberia? Hello, Hope. How you doing, gal? It gets below 50, it's too damn cold for me. Only thing this weather's good for is playing with the baby or the baby's mama one. It takes a little while. Yeah, I rode my bike yesterday for a little bit, but I was sure glad I had that leather jacket on. It was cool. I hate this kind of weather in Texas. Normally, woke the cat up, huh? Hey, Ron Becky. What you want? Uh, he didn't like it when I stopped. Yeah, he giving me that fish eye food look. Okay, Cookie. Well, about 14, 15 more days, we ought to have some of them little peckerheads. Keep your hands warm down. You want? No. What do you want? You want a treat? Treat. Talk to me. Talk to me. You want a treat? I got a treat, buddy. Hey, Nate. How you doing? Down the short road. Well, if you get time, come back, Hope. Nate done got him a new nickname. Glad I'm not driving in this weather. There ain't no telling what's gonna happen 24 hours down the road. You're not but about 100 miles from Quartzsite, are you, Linda? Figure Steve was getting so much trouble. I was thinking, was it still not bad? Roy, Steve, y'all want to come up? Well, Quartzsite just about in the middle from all of y'all, isn't it? Before I go out there, I'm gonna have to figure out how to find everybody. I don't think so. Man, left damn thing pretty dumb when I get to use it. Yeah, I go. That's a nice thing about Quartzsite, Diane. You can visit and then go get off in your little corner anywhere you want to. You got plenty of room. You did the last time I was out there. Well, oh, okay, Roy.
Hello, hello.
Hello, Mr. Steve.
How's everybody doing? Can you tell I got a green shirt on?
You pulling Captain Jack on him?
What's that?
I said, you pulling Captain Jack on him? No shirt?
No, I have a shirt on. It's just green.
Oh. Well, the last time I was at Quartzsite, there wasn't no shortage of camping places. You got just a little bit away from right there in Quartzsite if you want to be within a mile or two, it would be crowded. But other than that, there was all kind of open spaces.
Yeah, and where Roy and Becky are in the LTVA South, that's the best place to go.
I think that's where I was at.
That's where they have water and dump station and trash. Yeah, they have roll-offs for your trash.
Filling up, huh, Roy?
Yeah, I think this year will be probably the busiest year there.
Think so? I would have figured that fuel prices would slowed a lot of people down.
Well, I think it's been better recently. I think if prices go up anymore, it'll probably slow it down. But like Roy and Becky and a lot of folks that are up there, they're up there for the winter. So regardless of what it costs to get there, they're going to stay there until probably April.
I tell you what, crazy as this weather is, ain't no telling what you got coming wherever you're at.
Yeah.
Where I
Yeah.
camped that year, there was a lot of people there. I took
That's right.
them, and where I camped, I couldn't even see another RV. You know,
Yeah. And the nice thing now, we used to, when we camped in the LTVA, we camped kind of up front where the front entrance was so you could get a cell signal. Now that Starlink is out there and we have it here, I just pack it up, throw it in the RV, and we take it with us. And that's what Roy and Becky are using, and a few other people too. And that makes it a lot easier to get out away from everybody, you know?
yeah. Well, I went. I made a pass through the RTR that year, and then Casita trailer had a big shindig out there. I went out there and spent one night, and that was enough people for me. I got by myself, man.
The RTR.
And yeah, and well, there were like 10,000 people there. It wasn't my ball game. I didn't even talk to too many people.
Yeah, I don't like that either, and I don't like getting involved with disputes. You know, whenever you get too many people together, you always have drama, and we don't. Okie and I don't get into that stuff. So
Yeah, me either. We had a little deal come up in my room here the other day. It was just fixing to get started real good, and I shut that one down. Just fun. It's not BS.
yeah,
But I'm looking forward to it.
yeah, having a rig of your own is right, Renee. That's for sure. We're seeing people show up here in the monument out here now, and there's surprisingly a lot of tent campers, people in cars and set up tents out here, and they've got some nice camps out here. It looks like they're there for the long haul.
Well, it's like we were talking the other night. You take a tent and set it up right. It's just as comfortable as you can be. I mean, you got all the conveniences right there.
Yeah,
If you got
yeah,
a good tent,
I know what you're talking about. Typically, what we do in the meetups, we have a few friends like Roy and Becky, or we consider good friends that aren't into the drama. We'll hang around with a few friends that we know, and typically, we show up at the campfire in the evening, sit around, maybe have a couple beers and chit chat with people, and that's pretty much our socializing. We don't socialize a whole lot other than the people that we're familiar with that we know pretty well.
well, when I'm out there, I doubt if I'll even go to that big tent. So,
Oh, I
if
like
you
to
have
go.
never been, I get just too damn many people.
Well, you have
You
to
can't
go.
see all of it, on
You go
the main
first thing in
street
the
and
morning.
stuff.
Yeah, you go first thing in the morning as soon as they open. I mean, first thing in the morning, as soon as they open, as usually when we go, you go through there, you zip in, you zip out. And what I like are the outside vendors, around that big tent, because you can see all the new technology. They have e-bikes there, they have new generators. You can see how they convert generators, from gasoline to propane, and some of the kits that they sell, things like that I enjoy. I don't buy it, but I enjoy looking and kind of learning what's new out there.
I don't know if it's just me, but I'm getting it. You're breaking up pretty bad.
Oh, really? I'm going to shut my iPad down here. I'm on Wi-Fi too. That may cause a little issue too. Let me run and grab my phone. I'm going to check Starlink. I'll be right back.
All right. Oh, I like people, but it's just small doses. I'm not real good in a real big crowd. And you start in that tent, and if you walk all the aisles in the tent, you're gonna spend a day. And in the RV, you look at anything you want to look at there. Yeah, 8 or 10 people is about right for me.
So Starlink has this app that you can look at on your phone. I'm looking at the uptime there. You see that? It tells me if there's any outages. Then I can see latency, which is basically delay, throughput, and download speed. So it's probably the Wi-Fi. I may have had too much going on. It's not Starlink, so that's good.
It's plain now. It's not breaking up.
Okay. I shut off one of my other devices. That should help.
That might have been it. I put a set of biking saddlebags on my bike yesterday, and I put it on the one I'm gonna bring with me out there.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Mike. Yeah. And a motorcycle without saddlebags on it.
Oh, you put saddlebags on it?
Yeah, a bike without saddlebags on it is useless to me.
I got my Harley out yesterday for the first time in months because they finished our road out here. We have new asphalt on our 5-mile long road, and now I can ride again. So that was fun.
Them Harleys on gravel are not the best thing.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I tell you what, that's not. I'm getting to ride this other bike more. If I do drop it, I can pick it up. I don't know if I can pick a full blown Harley up anymore.
I hear that. Yeah. So Roy says nice thing about the spot where they're at is they're all spread out and not on top of each other, and that's good.
Yeah, you don't want to be crammed up against somebody like RV park. Would y'all stay out in the desert, Steve, boondock, or do y'all go into town and get an RV spot?
Oh, we're not the plug-in type. I'd much rather, I have 650 watts of solar on the RV, and I just added a battery. I have 400 amp hours of battery now, so we can park out there. I have a 2,000 watt inverter, so I can park out in the desert, and if it's sunny, we can keep our batteries charged. Starlink, I can run Starlink. We got internet anywhere we go. And I'd much rather park in the desert and boondock than plug in 3 feet away from somebody next door.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
So Traveling Mike had a question. Where was that first place with the Jeep in your video the other night? Well, the recent Jeep trip that I took was down around Tombstone. It was in the Dragoon Mountains. China Peak was the name of the mountain that we climbed, if that's what you're talking about. There were other Jeeps along the trip too.
Do you ever see any hunters out there? Like
Yeah.
bow hunters like right now?
Yeah. Yeah, this area is open to hunting, deer hunting.
Well, I know the season goes to the first of the year, I think, on the boat on archery season. Have y'all got mule deer and whitetail? I mean, and goose deer both, or y'all pretty well just got mule deer or what?
Mostly just mule deer. Very seldom see whitetail out here. Whitetail's more up in the mountains. In fact, Oki and I were out walking around this morning. We saw some droppings and tracks just to the north of us, probably a couple miles to the north of us. So they're out there all over the place.
I can sit there and just watch them things.
Yeah.
I like to hunt. I like to eat them. If I didn't like to eat them, I probably wouldn't even hunt them. I'd just go watch them.
Yeah, I don't do any hunting anymore. I did when I was a kid, but I'd rather look at them than eat them. So, and I got plenty of food at the grocery store, so we don't need to hunt.
Well, you can't beat venison jerky, and it's hard to beat backstrap. And after I get through with my deer processing them, I don't know, beef don't even taste right to me anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but now I'm real particular with the wild meat that I have.
Now, Camp Gore One, if you look at some of my videos on where we're at here in the Ironwood Forest National Monument, it's not as barren as it is up there in Quartzsite. I don't know if you've been down this way, but it's pretty lush down here, and it's not quite so dusty.
Yeah, that's right. The way I do my deer cookie is I cut good steaks out of everything in the cut steaks, and the rest of it goes into ground meat with 10% beef tallow in it. Use it everything. Used to not buy much beef. I used to, when I was on a deer lease, I'd kill 5 deer a year and process them.
Yeah, when I lived up in Utah, I lived up in Ogden, Utah. One of my neighbors was a hunter and asked me to go with him, and he belonged to a private hunting club. And it was a group of people who own land. You get a deer tag, and it was closed to the public, and they went in there and hunted deer, all season long, and they took a bunch of deer out of there. There's deer everywhere up there. Of course, that was when I was a kid. I don't know what's going on up there now, but
But I think in Colorado and Arizona, the deer population has gone down in the last few years. Elk population gone up, deer population gone down.
yeah, we're not seeing as many deer around here as we used to.
Well, that and they started protecting the mountain lions. They got the tags way up on the mountain lions, and then they closed that spring bear season, which is when most of the bear was taken, and it just a hell of a lot more predators than they used to be.
Yeah, we have more predators out here too. I think it's probably been, I don't know, 10 or 12 years ago, a mountain lion get into the neighbor's place next door and took one of their dogs, ripped the chest open on one of their dogs.
Other dogs.
He survived, but of course, not the same after that.
You know, they claim mountain lions are getting thicker here in Texas. Of course, there's no season on them here. You can take them if you see one.
Oh, really?
I've seen 5 or 6 in my life where it was about what it was. Never have shot one. Killed a bobcat. But they claim a mountain lion to take 30 deer a year.
Yeah, we came across a mountain lion. I don't know what you call it, a kill area. It wasn't a den or anything, but mountain lion would take the deer up to this one spot underneath this big tree, and there were bones everywhere. It was all deer, carcasses laying around, but it was the same spot, that you could smell the urine and stuff, that was the mountain lion's layup spot, I guess, what you call it.
He had it marked when no other lion, you could tell it no other lion to come in there and fool with it.
Yeah. Hey, see what Barry just said? Fun fact, the old cowboys used to call the dust storms fairy dust.
It's all your fault then, Barry Duck.
Camp Gar 1 says use a mask.
Yeah. We had a big rancher here, a good friend of mine. I did a lot of work for him. He called me one day and told me, come out here and look at this. We got out there and there's about a 250 pound, of course, we got a lot of trees here. There's about a 250 pound yearling calf, and he was up in a tree about 6 foot, shoved in a fork of a tree.
Oh, wow.
I got to look around there and sure enough could find a cat track and stuff, but he'd take that 250 pound calf up and jump up in that tree with him and wedged him in that tree.
Yeah, they're pretty strong.
But used to they travel about a 500 square mile area.
Mm-hmm.
Now, since the hogs have got so thick, they're getting where that's just the perfect food for them, and they're getting where they stay around in just certain areas. There's 3 or 4 places where I live that I can go show you a mountain lion nearly anytime you want to see one.
Oh, that's right. You guys have a lot of hogs there, huh?
Oh, a ton. I'll be right back.
Okay. Only if they were from Brokeback Mountain, Diane says. Camp Gore 1, my nodule used to be 15 centimeters. Now it's 5. Okay, so it's getting smaller then. That's good. I remember you watch all the Western movies and things, all the cowboys used to wear a scarf and they would pull it up over their mouth when they were out there in the desert herding cattle and stuff. And that's probably a good idea to protect yourself. So we're looking forward to getting up there to Quartzsite. I always enjoy the challenge of boondocking and, getting camp set up and living out of the RV. I mean, we have a small Class A RV, but it's the one and only that we'll have. I bought it right after I retired in 2018. It's a 2015. It's a small 26 footer, but it's comfortable for both of us. And, I want Oki to be comfortable too. And so that she'll want to go with me. And so that's what we use, and it's worked really well for us. So I'm going to have to buy tires for it, I think, pretty soon. I've got about 50,000 on these tires. And I heard that that's about the time you want to replace them on a Class A. Dirt in a mason jar with a big label said fairy dust. Yeah. Yeah, the Arizona has really been good for Becky. Her lungs, she has issues with lungs, so the dry air really helps her out.
My brother moved from Texas to Phoenix because of that.
Yeah, a lot of people do. Cruising Scene says her husband was asked to be an extra in Yellowstone. I heard Yellowstone is starting back up again, that show. But you can only see it on a streaming service. I think Paramount Pictures or something is streaming it. It's a pay service.
You didn't think that much of Weatherford, huh? Weatherford's a funny little town. Boy, it's cooling down here. You can feel it down to 39.
Oh, that's cold. Hey Siri, what's the weather here right now?
It's currently clear and 66 degrees.
70 for a high. I think we're supposed to get down in the high 30s tonight.
I didn't even look. I don't know what it's down to tonight.
Hey Siri, what's the weather?
Expect some clear skies tomorrow.
68. Low 1. That's not too bad.
66 now. I can live with that.
Yeah, that's what I like. Roy says 66.
I'd really rather have it 80.
That's what Okie likes. She says 80 is just about perfect for her.
80 and about 50 at night. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Hey, Ron.
Hello,
How
Ron.
you doing, bud? That Kenny was in a mood last night. He come on for a little while, and you can tell he's feeling better.
Oh, that's good. He was coughing pretty bad there.
He's still coughing some, but not quite as bad. Not until I got him laughing. I had to sort of watch what I said. I like it. And if any of y'all in here don't know about it, well, go check out that fund that they got going for working on Kenny's house. That's a good
Is
project.
Papa's still in rehab?
Yeah, he'll be there for a few more weeks. Apparently, he must be doing better.
That's good.
But, you know, they diagnosed him with COVID. Rocky. And he had pneumonia. So
Wow.
apparently he's done better. Yeah, and he's had a fit. You're close again, though.
Feels like 52, Roy says. That's with the wind up there.
That's one about that high desert. Now you're gonna have that wind.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't have any wind here right now, but it's a little windy yesterday.
You got a lot more humps and bumps there than what they got in Quartzsite, though.
Yeah. So anyway, I had fun getting the bike out yesterday. Went for a ride on my new asphalt. Boy, that was nice. Just like the good old days.
Well, what about when you hit the end of that 5 mile?
Well, it's still bumpy, but it's not nearly as bad as the 5 miles we had out here. And they're redoing some asphalt up that way too on our alternate route into town. So that's going to be nice too.
Yeah, right.
You
And
know,
when
the road was so bad, Ron, that the school buses wouldn't run out here. That's how bad the road was. They wouldn't come out here to pick kids up. So the parents had to drive the kids at least about 8 miles into town to wait for the school bus towards town to get their kids on the bus and to school. That's how bad our road was. Crazy.
wow, it is. I noticed where some area up in Montana is going to a 4-day school week for them kids instead of 5.
Is that for the winter?
I don't know. I just saw that on the headlines and read it.
Roy says you must have had a politician moving in the neighborhood. I tell you what, Roy, we basically organized out here, and we all hit the county constantly. With the issues with the road. We had a new guy buy some property to the south. Seems like he's pretty well off. He's a psychologist, a practicing psychologist out of San Diego, and he was talking to the county on a daily basis for a long time. And finally, they put some money in the budget and got our road done. So we're happy
Hello,
about.
hello, Amanda. Welcome in.
You know me, Mizu Chodai. Yeah, Bernays says pack the winter gear for Arizona, definitely, because it can change in a heartbeat. Yeah, Ron, new asphalt. We got new asphalt on our road out here. Thank you.
Tell you what, I've noticed on our road around here, it got so hot this summer that these roads got real wavy, and since it started cooling off and got cold so quick, it's cracking that asphalt. I mean, mad. You got to watch it on a bike. You could drop a tire off.
Yeah, it's cracking a lot here in town too, but it's cracking across the road. And so when you're driving on it with a car, you get that whoop, 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 like you're driving on a concrete highway,
These are running long ways with the highway. That's what's bad about it. You gotta watch what you're doing on them bikes. There's one stretch is really bad. It'll grab that front tire wall.
Well, what was happening here for years and years, probably the last 20 years, the county supervisor was a bicycle enthusiast. So he liked to ride his bicycle. And so he built 109 miles of bicycle trails along the Santa Cruz River. And so he diverted money for his pet project. And when he got that finished, then we got money for the rest of the roads in the county. And so I used to give him a hard time on their Facebook page. I said, there's a couple thousand people that use the bike trails, but there's 3 million other people in the county that use the roads. And what happens to us, And a lot of his pushed back for a long time. Anyway, we're happy we got a new road.
Yeah. Politics is the same everywhere you go.
Yeah.
And the squeaky wheel usually gets greased.
And I think, I don't know if you believe in karma or not. I think karma caught up with him because, he was riding his bicycle in downtown Tucson. He got run over by a car, hurt pretty bad. He survived, but he's got to do a lot of rehab to get back where he's functionable again. But hey, I believe in karma.
That was something that surprised me when I was out in Seattle and Portland. Out there, every highway's got a bicycle. A road just by itself down the side of the highway, divided off from the highway. And I mean, there's just hundreds of miles of bicycle trails up there.
And that's good. And Tucson is well known as a bicycle friendly community, but you got to get the roads in good shape before you start working on bike paths. They kind of put the cart before the horse out here.
Yeah. Well, of course, Seattle has probably got 1,000 times as many bicycles as where you live. Seattle and Portland, there's a lot of people don't even own a car there. It's all bike.
Yeah, you live down in the cities where you can just walk or bicycle everywhere you need to go. That's a good deal there.
You take it easy, Linda. Hope you get feeling better.
Yeah, but that's not where we want to live. We're not living in the city with all those people. We're out here in paradise.
From what I hear, friends of mine that live in Seattle and Portland, I don't want to live up there, period. I think one of the best parts of Seattle is worse than the Wild West.
Yeah, Portland's pretty bad too. A lot of trash going on there.
Yeah. One friend of mine lives out there and owns a business. He said, I'd leave if said it's going to break me if I leave. But he said, downtown Seattle is just like a ghost town.
Really? That's too bad.
Yeah, really was. Well, I can feel that cold creeping in. I can put me another shirt on.
I don't think we have any. Are you getting weather off that system that went east of you there?
I don't know. It's just this whole area is down there cold.
Oh.
Talking to Amy last night, I think she said it was down in the teens there. Wind chill was down in single digits. She's a long way from me.
Yeah, there's a low pressure area kind of just off the coast coming in right now.
My squeaky chair going.
I wish I could do a search on this app I have, this radar app. See, you're in Waco, right?
Yeah.
So I see Houston, then I see there's Waco right there. Okay. Wow, that flow is actually going from the west to the east.
Yeah. That's unusual too.
Yeah.
And I think that's where we're getting most of the pollen from. off that sagebrush in the west that's blowing through here. I think that's wearing people out.
What is Killeen? Killeen. Is there?
Do what?
Looks like there's snow down there in Killeen. See that blue popping up there?
Yeah. See, that's about 70 miles from me, maybe 60.
Oh, okay.
And they're a little bit more towards the hill country, you know, and they usually a few degrees cooler. 38. Yeah, you getting down there too, cruising. Usually in Texas, it gets cold or rainy or nasty for 2 or 3 days, and then you got sunshine and decent temperature for a couple of weeks. And this deal here set in, and it's been like this for going on 2 weeks now.
Kind of unusual for this time of year, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, Diane, I'm glad you told me. Let's shut this thing down before people can go to Gina's. I don't want to step on anybody.
Yeah.
And appreciate y'all coming in. Y'all have a good night. I'll see y'all later on tonight, probably.
Later.